So that's always good. Just the deluxe version instead of the regular. I mean, the regular is nice too. It's got the nice magnetic box. But you know, like the little water tokens or like plastic chits, these nice like plastic bits are really nice and feel good. And like I said, I can't even stress how cool these cards are. Like I wish Star Realms cards could bend like that. Like you can ruffle shuffle these and not have to sleeve them. It's pretty cool. So yeah, that was my unboxing video. I'm glad we finally got to get through one. I'm a little sad that there wasn't many sort of like questions or comments from the audience like throughout, but I see people are starting to chime in now, so I'm
Hi,
sure
Al.
you guys
Sorry
really
I'm
enjoyed.
late.
Hey, you let me get through my whole unboxing video of Radlands.
I know, right? And I only forgot to switch the stream on for most of it.
What?
Yeah, so like
But we started at 9.
yeah, about that.
I've been talking to no one for half an hour.
31 and a half minutes technically, but it was, look, I'm sure it was brilliant.
It's like the COVID quarantine all over again. Just like talking to myself like a crazy person for hours on end and getting strange looks from the cat.
I also don't know for how much of this you were muted or I was muted. It was all a gong show. Hello everyone, or all three of you. I don't know which the right number is. OBS and V-Split, my camera thing, needed an update today, and I updated them and went off to take my children to dance. So as you can see, I don't have any of the backdrop because V-Split fell over. So who knows if OBS is working right for me? I don't know. We'll find out. But Al, we're here to talk about round 9, the final round of season 9 of
Yay!
Dodgeball. But before we do that, you were on Mega Hauling, weren't you?
I was.
That sounded awesome as well, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. They were. Ooh, I have an echo.
Okay, hang on.
Like a robot echo or like a cave echo.
Can everyone still hear Al?
I don't know. Can they still hear me?
Hopefully they can, and hopefully the echo's gone, but I don't know so much until someone tells us.
All right.
Well, carry on.
There is also this weird delay, so who knows how long I've had the echo or if I'm even still there. Ooh, tunnel echo.
Tunnel echo. It's still there? Much better now.
Oh,
Okay, thank you, Simon. That's good to know.
cool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So yeah,
Anyway.
I was on Mega Holland. They they were like, "Do you want to stick around for the whole show?" I was like, "Sure." Like, "Do you think you'll have enough to talk about for the full hour?" I was like, I think I can ad lib for an hour. So the show went an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Because they completely underestimated how much I can talk about Star Realm shit. I think by the end they had to cut. I sort of listened to the episode. I'm not entirely clear Rick got to say anything that episode
Honestly,
I
I
talked
was
too much.
yeah. I thought Rick was really quiet. I maybe heard him say like, I want to say after you started talking, I think I heard him like twice. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, usually he's quite verbose, and But yeah, I think he just sat back and
I
let you
think
do your
he was
thing.
also fighting a little bit of a cold. He was coughing a little in the background.
Okay, yeah,
So
that makes sense.
yeah. Anyway.
That does make
But
sense.
yeah, I was on there. It was fun. Give it a listen if you want an hour and a half of me chatting because Schweddy Balls isn't enough for you listening to me jabber on about Star Realms.
It's a good listen, honestly. I would encourage
I
you if
mean,
you've
it's
not
my
seen it.
favorite episode of Mega Holland.
Absolutely, as you said, you berated them for only mentioning you at the end of the previous episode, forcing you to listen to the entire thing, as you
It's
do
true.
listen to hear your name, which is not infrequently mentioned, I believe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I they may mention my name more than once, but I only hear it once
They
because
may
then I'm like,
mention my
"Ooh, that
name
was
more
me.
than
I'm
once, but
done."
Sorry,
Well,
I just sorted out the stream and then it blared at me. So, yeah. Okay, cool. So where am I going now? Let me get the slides up. So Al, we were. I'm a bit short on tea. So if you want to make something up, just please feel free. I don't know if you.
let's see. What's been going on in my head? Um, let's see. I'll bring some tea from Mega Holland. I'm pretty sure Dustin wants to just give up the whole Mega Holland thing and go live on a commune. Rick wasn't talking at all. I think he was sick. He might be dying. I think he has the COVID. But yeah, definitely none of that stuff is true, but it is some great tea
But it is some great
that I
tea.
think should be brought up in their next Ask Me Anything
In their mailbag
episode.
episode. They do
The
take
mailbag
they do take
episode.
mailbag episodes, right? So yeah, right
Yeah.
on. Let them know.
So they should ask about Dustin's desire to give up Mega Holland and go live on a commune, and that Rick is slowly dying.
Okay, and that neatly brings us to round 9, the standings as we go in. Well, we've got, as we all know, we've got a catch at the Roxbury sitting pretty at the top there with 7 wins, 1 loss. Fairly good breakers, but on their heels, Al, are motivational catchers. Right on their heels there, 6-2, with a much better set of breakers. Captain Mark Bott salivating at the opportunity to overhaul the Roxburyers. Back in third and fourth, Catch in a Box and Dodge It Trebek, followed by Dodgy Pumpkins, Debbie Dodgers, Dodgemeisters, Making Dodges, Wild and Crazy Throws, more Cowbell, and in a comment, Al, that in no way will come and bite me on the bum later, the worst team in the league because they're at the bottom, Chip and Balls. So,
Yeah.
as we go into round 9, that's where we're sat. We're going to start, though, with court 4. We want to build tension, we want to build drama. I know the season's technically over, but if we start with court 1, it's going to be a bit less fun than if we start with court 4. So that's where we're going first, Al, and that's Dodge It Trebek versus Dodgemeisters making dodges. Now, Captain Seabus. Sorry, carry on.
I was gonna say this. I love that you're doing this out of order to create suspense. Like all of our viewers don't know exactly how this season
Don't
ends.
already know very well how this is
like
ended. Yeah,
that Cranky didn't write up a really beautiful ending to the season, post explaining what happened.
lovely.
But
Yeah, lovely
I'm
write
sure,
up. Yeah, articulate.
I'm going to assume all our audience are not big readers.
Well,
Especially when Cranky, because when Cranky posts things, he's learned less words are more, and people still screw up how to sign up for things.
Well, it's like when it comes to a rules question, like most of the league don't know half of the rules, and some of them less well than they would like to admit. So we can, I think, reasonably pretend that this is all new to people, unless you were involved in that specific game. So it's Captain Seabus versus Captain PC Load Letter Ass Clown himself, Mr. Captain Trebek. So, races go, and it's Dodgemeisters taking 3 of the balls, but Dodge It Trebek take 4. Chasmo, Cisco Alvarez, Acox89, Bahamut 619 landing their balls, while Captain Seabus, Compton P, and Rollin Parr, fresh off his birthday cake, bags the balls for their side. Now, I love to see this, Alex. It's just my favourite. The game begins with a captain on captain salvo. Seabus Ripper totally takes off PC Load Letter's head, clean like a velociraptor coming through the jungle. And it's morale in tatters. Compton can't take out Drew the Rat, but Chasmo does. And then Cisco Alvarez makes Dion Lunsford sit down and gives him a bit more time to consider what the next WWBC format's going to be, while Seabus Ripper misses Acox, Bahamut dodges Rollin Parr, Steph dodges Acox trying to take her out there, and Seabus tries to take out JKMNO, nothing doing, so it's a bit of a lull, but then Rollin Parr catches and eliminates Cisco Alvarez. Seabus dodging Chasmo dodging Rollin Parr, before Simply Steph, having taken Acox's ball, now takes his head clean off. The dinosaur theme coming in strongly again, eliminating Acox. Rollin Parr catches and eliminates Chasmo. Bork finally getting in on the action, misses Drew the Rat, who dodges Bork. Rollin Parr then eliminates Drew the Rat. JKMNO dodges Seabus Ripper, takes that ball, eliminates Rollin Parr. Rude. Bahamut then dodges Rollin Parr's zombie ball. Seabus catches and eliminates JKMNO. Just an absolute spanking at the moment. Simply Steph dodges the throw from Drew the Rat. And while we say this, let's bear in mind, Al, this game doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. No one cares.
No.
And it's not going to impact either end of the table. Maybe they care. Bahamut seems to care as he eliminates Seabus Ripper. Bork dodging the throw from Bahamut, and Seabus's zombie ball taking out Bahamut 619. Simply Steph dodging Bahamut, and then the final ball, Bahamut Swan Song, caught by Kamas 2408. Reviving Compton P and slamming the door closed on this match. Whew. Well, Al, bit of a frenetic game. Where do we think the MVP lands with this one?
I don't know, because I was not informed that we were doing these out of order. So let me scroll through my list here.
Top quality production and communication on this show. That's what you get from Schweddy.
Okay, so court 4. It's Seabus Ripper. He won his game. He got 2 hits. He got a catch. He he got an 80% win percentage. So I mean, captain leading his team. I would also like to say simply Steph did a really good job. Also, she had a really nice defensive effort. She had, and we don't highlight this enough, but she had 3 dodges.
Oh, nice.
You know, we tend to focus on the eliminations, but we tend to not mention dodges all the time. And she had 3 really good dodges that kept her in it. So props to Steph, but Cbus walks away with the MVP again.
Yeah, and a dodge. You're right, Al. A dodge is important because you're depriving the opposition of the ball. You know, it's not an elimination, but it is still a transfer of ball control, and that
Yeah,
does matter. You know, if your opponents don't have the
and
ball,
I mean,
they can't eat you.
Cbus had an 80% win percentage, but so did Steph.
Yeah,
So
nice.
while she wasn't necessarily getting eliminations, she was winning games,
Yeah,
which
ultimately
helps you
wins
out. So
matches. Yeah.
yeah,
So the dead rubber, as it were, court 4 done with, we move to court 2. Now, if you remember back to the start of the round, let's flick back there. Wild and Crazy Throws are one bad result away from potentially being at the bottom of the table. And more Cowball and Chippen Balls face off. So if Chippen Balls were to win, Wild and Crazy Throws would need a win to prevent them being in contention for that wooden spoon type thing. So let's see if Catch in a Box have got anything to say about that. So we begin, not, if we're being honest, particularly well if you're Wild and Crazy Throws. Catch in a Box take... No. Quality production as well. Not well if you're Catch in a Box. Catch in a Box take 2 of the race balls. Wild and Crazy Throws take 5. Only Zim and Agent C13 missing out on their race balls as Tyraziel and Yarboa win those. But the other 5 going to Lady Stacy, Penguin Army, Baggio, Ninja, and Guianos. Ninja actually, he did a stream the other day, actually. I don't know if you caught any of it, Al. It was great. Really interesting.
I did. I was at work, so I was able to stop in for a little bit, heckle him for a little bit, and then disappear for a lot.
Yeah, he said he thought he was playing better on stream, but he seemed to be making mistakes. So I think Adam and I were straight
That's
on the like, if this is better, what does normal look like? But anyway, those in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, as we'll get to later. Wild and Crazies have 5 of the balls. The first 4 balls, though, of the game do nothing, as Yarboa, Penguin Army, and Guianos all throw balls that get dodged and miss in short order. But it's DG3 who strikes first, eliminating the Penguin Army, returning ball of control 7. Zim can't take out Tyraziel, but Yarboa catches and eliminates Lady Stacy 7 before DG3 strikes again, killing your friend and mine, Al, Bagsman from down under, Baggio 10. Misses Ninja Nin. Ninja Nin dodges another throw from DG3 again. Daryl, very much one of those players who locks and fixes on a player until they're dead or he is. Tyraziel, though, fresh into platinum. Congratulations to him, and he also won the gold tier tournament at the end of the season, if I remember rightly. He dodges Zim. Rip dodges Ninja. D3 dodges Ninja again before missing Ninja again. Before Ninja dodges DG3 again. Baggio, though, he's got a zombie ball out and it takes Darth Binkley down without remorse. Dusto dodging Zim 108 before Yarboa eliminates Zim for having the audacity to be involved in the game. Tyraziel misses Guianos. Agent C13 dodges Dusto. Rip misses Guianos. Yarboa dodges Ninjanin before Yarboa, stealing Daryl's thunder, eliminates Ninjanin, and Dusto eliminates Agent C13, who misses Rip but then recovers the ball. We've then got Guianos dodging Rip and Yarboa, Dusto dodging Guianos before Guianos eliminates Yarboa, dodges Yaboa's zombie ball, and then goes on to eliminate Wheels, striking like an absolute cobra there. Dusto, though, dodges Guianos' throw, and then DG3, who's been pretty quiet apart from trying to kill Ninja at the start, catches and eliminates Guianos to end the resistance, dodging Tyraziel's return ball, and Rip dodges Guianos' final zombie ball. And it's game over. From 2 balls to 5 down, catch in a box, come back and win the game.
All right.
That leaves Wild and Crazy's precariously poised for a wooden prize.
Hey. Sorry, wait a minute.
That was court 2, Al.
Yeah. So court 2, Bogart has decided to give it to DG3.
Okay.
Mostly because he can't shut up or stop clawing me during the stream.
Oh, but he is cute, though.
Oh, he's
Like,
adorable.
Give him that.
That's how he gets away with all this shit. There's so many stars, and people are like, but he's so adorable. I'm like, I know. You done?
Excellent. Well, well done, DG3. The paw of approval from Bogart there.
From Bogart.
So arguably the highest honor you can have.
Yeah, it is. So DG3 got 2 hits. He got that catch at the end. He had a 70% win percentage, which is great. However, I'd also like to mention Dusto did really well too. While he didn't get as many eliminations as DG3, he did play really, really well. And we're going to go back to that dodges column again, in that he got 4 dodges. So he was really, really involved. Really, he was winning games. But DG3 just got more eliminations.
And actually, I don't want to talk too much about the overall season stats, Al, because that foreshadows anything that the commissioner might or might not do at the beginning of next season. But Dusto had a really good season. His numbers were excellent. There was a couple of players who really stood out. Serafina obviously being another one of those. But Dusto had a great season. In another world, this win might have been enough, but it doesn't get them the title because they just weren't quite in contention before this game. Congratulations to Catch in a Box, and that might leave Wild and Crazy Throws precariously placed. We'll see what happens as we move on to Court 5. Chip and Balls versus more Cowball. What could possibly go wrong, Al?
Nothing.
Nothing could go wrong. Everything's going to be perfectly fine. I would.
Yeah.
I'll say that at the end, actually. So we start the race. I don't know quite what was happening in the. Well, I do know what was happening in the race between D-Zilla and M-Colo, but we start with 4 race balls to 2. And before D-Zilla's ball is even won, M-Colo is hit.
Jesus.
Royal Lance eliminating her before her race ball is even finished. Then Borisori dodges my throw because I did what my captain told me to do and failed utterly. It would apparently be the only ball I was going to win was the race ball and nothing else all game. D-Zilla wins the race for ball 5 at this point before Tats catches and revives M-Colo. Jerkface JL, sorry, I can't believe that slipped out. I mean, sorry, Jellyland style JL, who is a handsome and fine individual, eliminated Fire Driller, and I suppose I should thank Jay because it was only Fire Driller's performance that prevented me from being the worst player in this match. Entschuldigung, mein Freund. Oh, he'll find that funny, I'm sure. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Poop Deck dodges the throw from Royal Lance, who dodges the throw from Poop Deck. M-Colo dodges the throw from Jay the Jerk. Poop Deck dodges the throw from Royal Lance again, getting a lot of action and a lot of heat Captain Poop Deck here. And Al, I think she had actually generally quite a good performance this game. But anyway, Jonna Ann, if I remember my stats, the biggest catch of the round, something like 102, I think, catches and eliminates Sturrock before going on to eliminate CJK Flyer. Mkolo dodges Jonna Ann, Poop Deck misses Royal Lance, Darklighter misses Hypaspist, before Poop Deck finally eliminates Royal Lance and their dance is done. Mkolo eliminating Vorizori as the pendulum swings, but oops, Darklighter eliminates me before missing Mkolo a couple times and then she dodges. JL dodges Mkolo before eliminating her. Rude. Mkolo Zombie Ball, though, takes out Darklighter in his face as she eliminates him with a lovely 73 diff. Then Poop Deck, still in the game, dodging Jonna and Vorizori dodges Poop Deck. Darth Kronos, who we haven't heard of pretty much all game, dodges Tatiana. Before Poop Deck dodges JL twice, misses him. Tats misses Darth Kronos. D-Zilla, finally remembering he's got a ball, misses Tatiana. Poop Deck eliminates Jonna, and though Darth Kronos catches and eliminates Tatiana from the game. So sad. And then JL dodges Poop Deck, who misses JL, who misses Poop Deck, but he finally gets his girl as he catches and eliminates poor Poop Deck, who'd done fantastically up until now. I think involved in about 19 games, Al. And her Zombie Ball takes out D-Zilla, but it's not enough. And with that result, Chip and Balls draw level with more Cowball on points. Oh dear. It's all down to breakers. Anyone got a photographic memory?
Mm-hmm.
I know the answer to this one.
I have a feeling.
Yeah, Lisa did. Lisa did do a really amazing job. I mean, she got, if I remember, she got about 3 hits. So, and numerous dodges, which were fantastic. But she can't be the MVP because her team didn't win. Al, please grace us with the name of the player who is.
Now, it's written here in my notes, Jerkface JL won his race, 2 hits, 1 catch, and was mean to Poop Deck by hitting her and is only safe from further torments because he is an exceedingly nice guy. Who wrote this copy?
I presume you write your own MVP notes, Al.
I really got to start showing up for rehearsal.
Yeah, Jelly's rude and mean, but also very nice. So you can't be too mean about him. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, he had a great game, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He had a really great game. I mean, Poop Deck had a really great game too. I mean, she got 3 hits. She also had 5 dodges herself. So yeah. she was involved in a lot of games. She was winning a lot of games. She was just on the wrong end of the stick on this one. And Jay and his captain Darth Kronos both put in really good performances.
Yeah, they did. They did. And again, it's actually one of the kind of themes of this season now is that all of the teams have, like, no one's been smashed down. Like, even the bottom of the table this season is 3 and 6, which is still perfectly respectable.
Right.
So, and there's loads in the middle of the all group. Like, it's been a very close season. There's been lots of close wins and close losses. So, I think this has been one of the seasons that the teams have been naturally well balanced, I think, and it's only Lisa's own fault that she made poor choices early in the draft that she's where she is. But there you go. Can't have it all. We move swiftly on to court 3. Catch at the Roxbury facing off against Dodgy S Pumpkins. Any questions? So, as we start this game, all the races are done in a timely fashion, which is nice to see. MTG in real life and Corey Bear 88 winning the 2 race balls for Pumpkins. But Roxbury starting as they have pretty much all season, winning 5 race balls, looking strong. Cranky, 1 car, less, Osmosis Brent, Nautical Stew, and Sir Thestral all winning their race balls. So advantage very, very much catch at the Roxbury at the beginning. Serafina dodges carries throw MTG as we get the ball rolling. But then it becomes a bit of a bloodbath as one Carlos eliminates Wet Yeti. Jester 204 catches Osmosis Brent, reviving Wet Yeti. Cranky Day eliminates Bad Wolf, misses Corey Bear, but one Carlos eliminates Jester 204, and Cyberduck catches Sir Thestral. Perhaps a little bit of self-interest there as he revives Bad Wolf. So it's effectively 5 kind of eliminating results in the first 8 balls there. Real off to the races stuff. And the net result of that, Al, is that pumpkins are only down by a body, like just the one. So MTG and Wetty dodge. MTG then eliminates Serafina, who takes an early bath. One Carlos dodges the throw from Yeti, his zombie ball not finding its mark. Brent dodges Jester 204, but Nautical Stew eliminates Jace Ascended, one of the early season key players for Pumpkins. And we go into like a lull in the game where there's a lot of kind of back and forth. Serati dodging Corey Bear, one Carlos missing Bad Wolf, dodging the throw from one Carlos again. Thestral dodges Cyberduck, What Yeti dodges Osmosis Brent, MTG in real life dodges Stew, Thestral misses Bad Wolf, Corey Bear can't land against Sarah T, Cyberduck avoids Osmosis Brent with a dodge, but breaking the deadlock with the 25th throw of the game, MTG in real life eliminates Nautical Stew. Bear misses Brent before Bear eliminates Brent. Then White Yeti eliminates Sarah T. Bad Wolf doesn't get hit by Sir Thestral. Cyberduck misses Sir Thestral. One Carlos misses MTG. Corey Bear misses Cranky Day. One Carlos misses Corey Bear. But Corey Bear catches and eliminates the handsome Belgian dwelling Spaniard before Corey Bear misses one Carlos again. Obviously, that ball probably out before the one Carlos throw. I don't think Corey Bear would have thrown one while he had one at him. So Thestral then dodges Cyberduck. Cranky dodges Corey Bear. Cyberduck catching and eliminating Sir Thestral, and it's down to the wire. But Corey Bear eliminates Cranky Day as Cranky Day eliminates MTG, and MTG's zombie ball misses Sir Thestral, and Al. Dodgy Pumpkins win and leave Catch at the Roxbury very vulnerable to a motivational game by the Catchers.
It was very exciting.
Absolutely. And this game was really interesting because it kind of like it was an assault to begin with, then a lull, and then it just came back at Roxbury so hard and fast. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They lost 6 players between the Pumpkins getting a player eliminated in the first third and the final 2 throws of the game.
Yeah, it was. So one of the other things I think about is if you ever follow like college sports versus pro sports, especially basketball. I grew up, I'm in Indiana, so I always think about basketball. They talk about how like rookie players, when they go up to the next level professional sports, they'll start doing real well, but then they'll hit like a wall.
Yeah.
Where because the pro game is so much more intense and it's a longer season and they're playing more games. In the NBA, you're playing a game like every day or every other day, while in college you're playing 1-2 games a week. Same thing in the NFL. You're only playing you're playing like for a few months, versus the college game. So eventually those rookies hit that wall. And I think we saw it finally with Serafina, where she finally hit her rookie wall.
On the last game of the season.
We got part of it, we got sort of used to seeing her put in these great performances week in and week out. And this was this was just it wasn't even like necessarily a bad performance. It was just a mundane performance.
Yeah, the sort of game
And
that
I
can
mean,
happen to anyone. You just get
right,
hit
it
early.
happens to anyone. And the only reason we're highlighting it is because she's been so amazing all the rest of the season that suddenly this one little lull, and it's crazy. It's like, it's like seeing, Michael Jordan not put in a great, it's, playing like everyone else, and you're just like, oh, okay, this person is mortal.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
we'll see, if that, because I know a lot of people were talking about her in the next season, where they want to draft her. She a first round pick already after one season, or is this last performance going to affect her draft stock for next season, ignoring all the great stuff she's done all season and just being like, I wonder, if this is this last sort of taste.
And a fun bit of
So,
color on next season. Serafina's partner is a keen NFL fan, um, and and is currently unaware that dodgeball seasons do not run annually. So
oh,
when the next one kicks off, I don't want to pressure Cranky, but probably towards like the latter quarter of this year. I know we're kind of almost there, but it's not going to be immediately,
yeah,
but it's going to be before December, I presume.
yes.
That might be an interesting conversation to be a fly on the wall in. What do you mean it's again?
Yes. She needs to explain. It's not like the NFL. We don't have one season per year. It's more like if anybody watched America's Next Top Model, which they even stopped calling it seasons. They started calling it cycles because they would do like a couple in a year.
Shandy! Uh, I'm afraid my wife and I had a very weak spot for America's Next Top Model.
I did too.
Early on, it was so
I
good.
loved that craziness. It was
Oh,
such a batshit crazy show, and you couldn't help
100%.
but watch it. But at some point, they're like, "We're on cycle 35." And you're like, "This show has not been around for 35 years." First of all, nearly the entire cast have not even been on this planet for 35 years.
True story. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're all interesting individuals. I stopped watching it when we lost cable, but that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, fun time. If you haven't watched it and you've got a bit of a highbrow about that, no, don't. It's
No.
really interesting and fun.
Now, I love my scripted shows, like highbrow and intelligent and well written, but I love my reality TV, super dumb and super
Oh
trashy.
yeah, and
It's
there's
like America's Next Top Model. I love if anybody has HBO Max, I highly suggest the show F Boy Island. It is pure trash and it is wonderful.
did you say F Boy Island?
F Boy Island,
Oh my
yes.
days.
It's like they took whatever redeeming qualities they had on The Bachelor or Bachelorette and just swept it all away.
And I see Serafina in chat. I didn't think they were going to make it up for this one, but saying that she could just not have that conversation until she absolutely has to, which means she now can't show this to her husband,
Yeah.
um, in any way, shape, or form. Did we do an MVP for this game, Al, or did we just
I
start?
don't think we
Did we
did.
just start talking about?
Just started talking about America's Next Top Model.
I'm sure JL must secretly be like, they needed a third J for that, didn't they? Because they had J and Miss J, and maybe they needed
That's
JL.
true.
Maybe that's where he came from.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe he was the secret third J.
Why do people even watch our show anymore?
I
Like,
don't
is
know.
this can't be entertaining for anyone else but us?
True story. True story. Anyway,
Yeah.
back on the tracks.
So
MVP.
back on match MVP. It's Corey Bear.
It's Corey
He won
Bear.
his race. He got 2 hits. He got the catch. 67% win percentage. He carried his team.
Yeah.
With that said, I also want to give a quick shout to Cyberduck, also, who didn't. I mean, he got 2 catches,
Yeah.
and a perfect like defensive win percentage. which is pretty great. But when you got Corey Bear on your team, it's tough to eclipse that
Yeah,
performance.
and teammate of ours last season, like such a good player, such a thoughtful player, and genuinely a nice person and a great pick for your team. So Jester did great on her first pick, unlike some other captains. But yeah, so that brings us to the final game of the season, which was actually on court one, but we didn't really want to show you that because it would have spoiled everything. It's motivational catchers versus the Debbie Dodgers. Now, Debbie Dodgers up to this point, Al, having a kind of a mediocre season, a pretty strong lineup. Tuna Slap, Marauder, Thestral, Starmark, Treaders, Slavic, and the Wolfhound against well, what can we say? We've got MarkBot 3000, first time captain. We've got Legend Al, Legend Sato, Imam, who came, I think she was a finalist, was she? In a Legend game or semi finalist in a Legend
She
game?
was. She made it to the final table at an Origins a few years ago.
Yeah. And then we've got Clever Missy, Patriarch, and Risker. So, motivational catchers, though, they're the ones in the hunt. They're the ones who could potentially win the season with a good performance here.
Someone should have told us that before the match started.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you and I highlighted it at the end of the last show. So you really should
Yeah.
have no excuse there. Anyway,
Oh, we should have.
as we get going, we've got Tuna Slap, Slavic, and Thestral winning the race ball for Debbie Dodgers, whilst your good self, Patriarch, Sato, and Imam69 take 4 of the race balls for the motivational catchers. So it's a good start. Risker dodges Thestral's first throw, but Slavic strikes first and strikes hardest as he eliminates Clever Missy. We've then got MarkBot 3000 catching Slavic, I should say, reviving Clever Missy. Usually, last season we're used to seeing MarkBot on the other end of the catching notes, but this time around he's doing the killing. Wolfhound dodges Patriarch, Maraudimo dodges yourself, Slavic catches and eliminates, MarkBot 3000, before Risker eliminates Thestral. Starmark, though, can't be pinned down by Agent Sato as Maraudimo misses Clever Missy, but Tuna Slap eliminates Risker as Slavic eliminates Patriarch 215. You dodge Slavic before you take out the Wolfhound. Starmark dodges SilentAl. I'm going to have to let this dog out before she barks the house down. 2 moments. Let me... I'll leave you to talk, Al, while I just sort this hound out, because she is being a proper pest.
All right. So one thing I'm going to point out in this match that isn't going to come across on the sort of replay is that Starmark he kept double throwing. And so his stats got a little overly inflated. He got some extra hits on people who were already taken out of the game. So I'm going to, in the end, mention him, but also I sort of feel like he invalidated himself from winning any awards just because he kept throwing and hitting people who were already eliminated.
Yes, sorry, back now.
Okay.
Dog persistently needing to go out and not allowing me to continue with this until that was done. Stat padding.
Yeah.
That is a thing that can go on.
Well, it was a thing. I don't know if it was so much stat padding as not communicating with their team because, like, people would throw and then he would throw after them. People would be eliminated and he would still throw at them. So it was some weirdness.
Odd behavior, to say the least.
Yeah.
So where were we up to? So we had Tuna Slap taking out Risker, Slavic taking out Patriarch, you dodging Slavic and eliminating the Wolfhound. Then Starmark dodged your throw, you dodged Starmark throw, but Maraudimo caught and eliminated you, Al, which was a shame, and your zombie ball couldn't take out Starmark.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure about the timing of this, but Starmark then eliminates you
Yeah,
again. Was that a legit double tap, or was that a for funsies extra ball?
that was an extra like I was caught. Well, I threw at Starmark. I was caught, and then Starmark threw back at me after they had declared that I was eliminated. So that was part of the
Is that
questionable.
even legal?
Like, sure, why not?
Can you throw at a player who's been eliminated? I
You
didn't
can
think you
throw at
could.
anybody. Why
Oh,
not?
okay. Notes for my captain next season. Prepare to receive a danger ball. Right, so Starmark double taps SilentAl. Clever Missy dodges Tuna Slap. Starmark then eliminates Clever Missy, Slavic, catching and reviving Thestral. Marauder Mo eliminates Agent Sato. Agent Sato catches Slavic's ball, reviving Markbot 3000. Treadwell dodges Imam 69 before Agent Sato, a legend on legend battle, eliminates Thestral. Marauder Mo eliminates Markbot 3000 and forces him to sit down and think about his season one more time. Imam dodges the Wolfhound and then dodges Starmark. Starmark catches and eliminates Imam before all the Imam balls get thrown. Markbot misses Treadwell and Imam eliminates Marauder Mo and Starmark before the game is done. And unfortunately, motivational catchers could not win this game and force that playoff, as so correctly pointed out by the commissioner. Wouldn't have been a straight win; it would have been a playoff. But your breakers were better, Al. If I remember rightly. And that's it. The season, the game is done. The season is over. We've got a couple of MVPs and some other things to do, though, and we might have some thoughts about some things. But yeah, what about this game, Al?
MVP is going to go to Marauder Mo for his 2 hits, his catch, and his 71% win percentage.
Very nice. And then I guess we've got a player of the round and a Moneyball award.
Oh, yeah. So MVP of the round is going to go to your favorite player and mine, JL.
Oh, yeah. Jerkface JL.
Yes. For winning his race, 2 hits, a catch. He was not caught, and he dodged 3 times.
Yeah, he did play really well.
Yeah. And then
and the Moneyball award.
Oh, sorry. There's another note here that I didn't write. Special mention to Poop Deck with 3 hits and over 19 balls could have won the match if it hadn't been for a handsome and nice opponent. Who wrote this?
I don't know. I'm blaming the Gremlins. Maybe Bogart did it. Possibly Leia, our dog.
By the way, me picking him up and showing him on camera, I'm pretty sure there's puke somewhere in my house right now.
As punishment. Not because he needed to puke, because he wanted you to know.
Yes. Oh, it's a punishment puke. It's not a I'm sick to my tummy puke.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, so on to Moneyball. This week we are giving it to Cyberduck.
Nice.
5th round pick for Jester. I mentioned this earlier, 100% defensive record, 2 catches, a dodge, 57% win percentage overall. Really, really great defensive effort. So great job to Cyberduck.
Absolutely. Congratulations to both of those players. And I guess, Al, that brings us to the end of season standings. Well, right at the top there, undisputed champions. We've got Catchup the Roxbury ahead of Catch in a Box and Motivational Catchers, both at 6-3, but Catch in a Box having slightly better breakers, I think by 3 or so. Then we've got Dodgy Pumpkins sitting on their own at 5-4. I think they had a rough start to the season. They lost a couple, and then they've kind of just quietly been grinding out wins since then. Debbie Dodgers, Dodge at Trebek, and Dodge Meisters making dodges, sitting at 4-5, and then the sad clowns at the bottom, chipping balls, wild and crazy throws, and by the power of breakers, more cowball, winning all of the wooden spoons and being technically speaking the worst team in the league this season. And
Oh,
as we know, technically correct is the best kind of correct. So, uh,
that's it.
that is hashtag not last. I know, right, Simon? So sad. So unutterably sad. I won one game and that was my race, and that I tanked that game hard. Like, if it hadn't been for Poop Deck, it would have been probably and M Colo. To be fair, both of them played really well. It might even have been 7-0. Like, we just had a nightmare. Most fun though,
This last
Lisa.
round was brutal all around.
It was,
But,
yeah.
I think it's a testament to the league in that you had three teams tied for last, none of which, I mean, all of which had at least three wins.
Yeah, I mean that's not
It was,
absolutely
this
awful.
was, there was a lot of parity in this league. So,
And I think even
it
two of our losses were race offs, if I remember rightly. I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
And Catch at the Roxbury had a couple race offs too that
Yeah.
they won. So it it was a lot closer than it might have seemed. But even just looking at this, it was a lot of close games. It was a lot of close records. It was a good season all around, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Any highlights, Al, that you want to pick out from this season? Any moments that
Mm,
really stood out for you?
let's see. There was the week I don't remember because I had COVID. So that there might have been something amazing in that week. I think also, the rise of some really great rookies. I mean, Serafina, of course, being one of them.
Nautical Stew being another one. I mean, I know he's a
Nautical
decent
Stew did a great job
in-app
also.
tournament player, but first dodgeball
Yeah.
season.
Starmark, also a rookie, did really well. Um,
Absolutely.
I mean, rookies are going to make rookie mistakes, obviously, but all of them. Oh, JL, also a rookie. How could I forget?
Also a
Um,
rookie, yeah.
yeah. So we had some amazing rookies this season. We also had some really great players who had to come in and fill in either for a week or 2 weeks, and they all did great jobs coming in, playing for their teams. We had, I know JKMNO
She
came
did, yeah,
in,
absolutely.
VQ came in.
Yeah, she came in for a
I'm
week
sure we had
before.
another. Yeah. Did we have Raka, I think, come in for a week?
Yeah, I think Rucka stood
So we
in.
had some really, yeah, I think it was really great that the Star Realms community, but the Dodgeball community also comes together and is like, hey, I can step in for a week, help out, be that sort of like mercenary for you, and not not tank it. I mean, I remember all of those players had pretty good performances for the 1 week they were in. So it's not like they just came and phoned it in. They came in, they played hard.
They absolutely
So
showed up, yeah.
yeah, so I think that was really great. I don't know if we're gonna expand to more teams next year because I know we had to cap the players in this season. So I don't know if we're going to expand next season, but if we do, I hope we still have some really, really great reserve players who are going to come in and help out when we need it because that's just really nice and really helpful.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know.
Actually, I could.
Was
Sorry, carry on.
That's okay. I was going to ask if there was anything that really stood out for you.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Serafina's performance for me, like, not that she wasn't a good player when she came in, like, not terribly long in the app in the community, but you know, capable player, but came in and just like the amount, and I think for me, it's the amount of games where she had like three eliminations, four eliminations, four eliminations, like just the consistency of it. Like, because usually, and I can only speak from my experience, but usually, like, you know, a player will have maybe a couple of really good games, unless they're some of the like
Yeah.
the elite players, but they'll have a couple of really good games this season, and then the rest of it will be okay. It'll be kind of workmanlike, and but there'll be a couple of games where they really shine. And Serafina was kind of almost top of the Roxbury's performance charts, maybe five of the games, six. I can't even remember, but
I
it
mean,
Astounding.
Look at that team. First of all, I mean, you've got Juan Carlos, you've got Cranky Day. Nautical Stew gave a great performance. Also,
Yeah.
I mean, he's done a lot of sort of side matches and things like that. Plus, he won a side event during the season.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you look, the first three picks are like really good players, and then you've got Serafina just coming in
At pick
and
5.
eclipsing.
which
Yeah,
is which is a legitimate place for a rookie, right? I mean,
yeah.
some might say, and I think Penguin Army was the same when he was a rookie. Penguin Army and
Mhm.
Nautical Stew went kind of high for rookies, but at the same time, Penguin Army was an ex-platinum kind of player for a long time. Nautical Stew in-app champion many times, so they've got something that commends them as to why they might be a third-round pick, and it's not that surprising, maybe. And Serafina coming in
Mhm.
at 5 seemed perfectly reasonable, and her
Right,
performance was easily a first round pick performance this season in terms of what you would want from a first round pick.
right.
I'm not saying you should pick a first round next time. That's not what I'm saying because, the sophomore slump, Al, we've said it before,
Yeah,
is a real thing.
the wall. And there's the sophomore slump is a thing. Um, but and I say the sophomore slump, but slumps can hit all of us like
Oh,
any season. It can hit any game, any season. I mean, you see first round picks who will fade. Um, so it's not necessarily like it's not a sure thing.
fish.
But I mean, there aren't that many players that I would say are sure thing number one, like first round picks. Anyway, if you're basing it on sort of historical performances and that level of consistency.
Yeah, and you also see typically, like I always say, like elite player win percentage begins at 60 in my
Mhm.
in my head. Like if you're consistently hitting 60, then you're a top player, and the more you go above that, then the more you get. But typically in the dodgeball league, it's uncommon for people to be breaking 60 because the competition's so fierce. Like anything in the high 50s is really good.
Yeah,
um, but yeah, you'll see some players who hit above 60 in dodgeball,
right.
but not that many.
That's the thing is, I mean, we talk about in just regular star rounds, above 60% win percentage is really good. So, and that's with the idea that you're playing less experienced players, less seasoned players in
Yeah,
the sort of randomness of the queue. But in dodgeball, there's no gimme games. There's no easy outs. Everybody knows what they're doing. And all good players. So to have a win percentage above 60% in this league is amazing.
I sorry, I was corpsing because Lisa asked me if I was in a sophomore slump. No, you just made bad choices in your draft. Should never be a first round pick, and I'm sure many people will agree with me on that one. Um, but yeah, no, there was some fun. There was fun back and forth. I haven't focused as much on the banter this season. I've been a bit busier, but I want to get back to focusing on the banter next season because that's really some of my favorite stuff. And there's some glorious back and forth. Steph's got
Yeah.
a tongue on her sometimes that's quite cutting. There's the love ball that usually goes between Lisa and Super Grandma. And there's some glorious smack. Brent's songs actually I quite enjoy. I don't really mention them because trying to go through all of that to bring
Why
it
are we?
up.
I mean, every week we should be talking about M. Colo's news
Newsreels.
newsreel pictures that she does. They are
Just so good.
outstanding. Like I have to go to their thread every week just to see what she's doing because those are amazing and
If
my favorite.
if you've got like 10 to 60 minutes to spare, take a look at some of the more cowball threads because in it, um, Facebook stalks you, finds a picture of you if you're on the
Yeah.
opposing team, and then does like a fake news story gathering like your public information on Facebook, and it'll be like man from Indiana found stealing books from library or something. It'll be something
Yeah,
ridiculous but very funny.
something. It is spectacular,
It is
and
really
it
good.
is great. Honestly, it's all. I mean, dodgeball is a great format to play in, but it is all the flavor and the fun that comes with it that makes it just so amazing and so much fun every year. Like it, dodgeball could easily be just like any other like Star Realms league, like the SRPC or the BGG league or something like that. But it is all the fun flavor that comes with it that makes it just so special and just so enjoyable, and so many people wanting to be a part of it. It's great.
Yeah, and and all of that really sits at Cranky's feet in the sense of like this couldn't take place without the
Yeah,
enormous amount of technical work he does behind the scenes, all the prep work, his commitment to being on time with everything. Like the man is an absolute hero, and
yeah,
we just get up here and talk smack and nonsense for an hour and a half for whenever it happens. But Adam does so much work in the background.
yeah.
He
He's able to
deserves
provide
all the
us all the,
credits. Yeah,
yeah, all the stats that we use for our awards. That's Cranky in the background. All the information that we have, that's all Adam.
yeah,
He does such a great job, and just his eye for detail is amazing. Even down to the names and the logos and the colors. Um, it is spectacular. So I know I always say, we owe so much to Adam for doing this, but it cannot be overstated enough how much work he puts into this, and just how much love he puts into this that really just shines through.
absolutely. Yeah. So all as always, like massive thank you to Commissioner Cranky. He does such a wonderful job on this.
Yeah.
And really helps makes it the enjoyable. Like there's no other Star Realms tournament, and there are some fun ones, don't get me wrong, like there are a lot of
Oh,
fun stuff out there, but there's nothing that has the involvement of dodgeball, and it's part format, part statistics, part draft, and then just the metronomic timing and accuracy he does everything with. Just love it all. So thank
yeah.
you, Adam, as always. Um, and thank you to the captains this season as well. Brent, Dusto, Markbot 3000, Jester 204, with a Tuna Slap, PC Ass Clown, Seabus Ripper, Darth Kronos, Guianos, and Poop Deck. Thank you, all of you, for
Yeah.
captaining and making good and bad choices in good measure. Quickfire 15 when, you know what, I need to get my ass on that. And I keep saying it, but eventually it will happen. Let's say I'm going to nail my hand to the table and say October is when
No.
Quickfire 15 will happen. We'll make it happen. Um, so look at an early October and we'll get that running. And we'll have another Quickfire tournament because those are always fun. I kick those off at 11:59 Pacific time because I can't say midnight because it's always a minute before and people always complain that it's technically not midnight. So they usually kick off like at a silly time, my time, and they're a lot of fun. They're a bit like Balls of Fire tournament. It's a quick, fast-paced tournament, play at home and away format, and yeah, it's just have a lot of fun in that. I'm sure Adam will tell us that there's going to be probably some off-season dodgeball tournaments going on. We've still got Hot Potato running right
We still have
now.
hot potato. Look at all these
Hang on,
promo cards
let me
sitting
just
on my desk waiting for homes.
look at that. Just look at them. All of the promos.
All the promos. So many promos. Like, I heard that they might be going on BGG eventually, but seriously, I have so many of them and I need to give them away. So keep playing Hot Potato so I can send these out. By the way, these are all like at least a third of these are signed by Rob too.
Oh
So
my god,
I gotta
that's
stop
cool.
touching them so much before. um, but yeah, the so don't forget about Hot Potato. Keep playing that.
Oh, and speaking about captaining, Cranky, I know it was a bit cryptic for some people. I did see a few people like sign up before they realized what they were signing up for, but Adam has put a post up for captaining for next season. Do
Yes.
throw your hat in the ring if you're eligible. It's a great time, and it's just so much fun.
Yeah.
I had a blast
It's
doing it. Al, I know you had a blast doing it.
it's
Um,
yeah, it's so much fun. You get to see a little bit further behind the curtain into Cranky's like mad scientist workings. But also, if we don't expand the number of teams for next season and we have to cut off signups again, the best way to guarantee yourself a slot into season 10 is to volunteer as a captain because
Absolutely.
then you can't get cut.
And, you know, you might worry about not having played as much dodgeball as other people. Don't worry about it. Like, experienced players will help. I think, is Brent's second season?
This is, yeah, Brent's second season. And so he did the smart thing and drafted Cranky on his team. So he never had to worry about a spreadsheet again.
Yeah. And he's won. He's won in his second season, which is great.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't tell Cranky I was going to do this, so I might get in trouble. But just as a quick, before we tap out, just as a really quick bit of fun, we've got some dodgeball history here. If you're going to volunteer as a captain, I just have some advice here for you because what we can see here, let me just change the percentages here. So, season one, we've got Orange Team 1. Yeah. And season
Mm-hmm.
one, we only had like a handful of teams, as it were, compared to now. We had purple, we had blue, we had green, we had yellow, orange, and red. And orange were the winners. Season two, orange won again. One addition to the league there, we had, is that teal, I think, technically? Is that what that color is?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, it was simply Steph was the captain of the team that got added. They
Yeah.
were teal, but orange won again. Now season three, purple won. Still only orange and purple winning this time. Season four, we can see. Oh, sorry, is that not purple? Oh, I don't know. I'm going to get in trouble here.
See,
One of these
you're
is
you're messing
purple,
with,
and one of these is violet. But
yeah.
there we go. Let's pretend this is violet. The hedgehogs won that one.
Oh, magenta.
Magenta. There you go.
See, you're messing with his color schemes.
I
And
don't
in all
know.
honesty, Cranky is probably more concerned about his color schemes and his logos than he is about actual like dodgeball statistics.
Oh yeah, but to be fair, these logos are just fantastic every season.
Oh, the logos are amazing.
Yeah.
Like
Um,
honestly, my favorite part of the season is before we even start, and we're coming up with a theme and coming up with team names, and then seeing what Cranky does with those team names, turning them into logos, and they are spectacular every time.
spectacular. Uh, so
I
then,
still the duck butts one is still one of my favorites.
which one? Sorry.
Oh, technically it was the diving ducks, but it was just duck butts.
Oh, duck butts. Yeah, yeah, the diving ducks. That was when Fire Driller ill-advisedly tried to recreate the winning team from the previous season by drafting all of the
Yeah,
same players except the good ones.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so, so yeah, Blue won season five, and season
Hmm.
six. And then
Yeah.
we move into season seven, which is the last one before kind of the modern era of 10 teams. And that was
Hmm.
won by Magenta again. I'm gonna say, if that's right, I think. And then these last two seasons have been the 10 team seasons, and they've been won by Teal and Magenta again. So, for those of you who want to captain next season, you can take this one of two ways. You could suggest that Red hath been cursed, for they have never won a season.
Mm.
You could suggest that that also applies to Yellow. And they've been in every single season. Red and Yellow never won a season.
So avoid the ketchup and mustard.
Green only been in 4 seasons, still fairly fresh. Not gonna Not going to cry and say foul. They haven't won a season yet. Or I don't. They're both green. I don't know. One's maybe.
You weren't expecting to scroll down and see another green, were
I know,
you?
like a darker green. I don't know. The color motivational catchers were this season. Another team so close but no cigar. Lime.
Lime.
Lime's a fruit, not a color, Cranky. Come on, honestly. You are
What's
interior
orange
decorator. So green haven't won. Teal have won. There we go. All but the first season, and blue have won a couple. All but the one season now. The Rickroll color. Oh, we were so close as well. Only been in 2 seasons, so not gonna say too much there. But yeah, and purple have won one.
So you have a kitty.
I'm not saying that there are colors as a captain you may want to avoid, or maybe you're superstitious. I'm just saying there's a history there. Do with that information what you will. Orange is a fruit and a color. Why discriminate against lime? I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's fine. In that case, we should accept pumpkin as a color as well. I suppose it's fair. So yeah, just some thoughts about the history of dodgeball. But again, and even that as a whimsical thing is even more evidence about the history and the stats that Cranky keeps, and just kind of all of this stuff goes into the background and is kept, and it's like a Hall of Fame thing. Like, it's just very cool. Love what he does. Yeah. So that's the end of season 9. At some point, we'll get season 10 running. I know that those captain signups will fill up. We'll get more captains. We'll do a draft. It'll be loads of fun. And yeah, I just as much fun as. And again, I don't know how we're going to top this season now, because as Cranky's made a rod for his own back here, really, because it's so good what he did with season 9 that.
Oh, are we just talking about the opening draft
just the whole
video
open package? Yeah, amazing.
I mean, that was amazing. That was the culmination of 9 seasons. I mean, it started with not even having live drafts, and now having that video package was just spectacular.
Just phenomenal.
I can't wait to see what theme he comes up with for season 10, and then what we're gonna do with it.
Because he set the bar now. The bar's right here.
Yeah.
And anything else, we can't go back to just flat screen and no jazz. So yeah, looking forward to that. But thank you to Cranky, thank you to the captains, all the players who took part. Thank you so much. Season 9 has been a blast. We've had fun on Schweddy Balls, Al, I think I can say, for both of us. And yeah, take care, have fun, throw dodgeballs, plenty of off-season games, I'm sure. And we'll see you next season.
Yes.
Take care. It's goodbye from me. And it's goodbye
from me.